Hello and welcome to Clay to Canopy, the show where I attempt to make just about everything from the ground up. And welcome to the end of March vlog of the Don't Wake the Dragon series. I was actually supposed to be doing the month of February and the month of March, but as y'all know by now, I fell last month and it has been a month since I've actually been able to come out here, and today is the first day that I'm gonna have a studio day after the fall. My plans for this being a month of March vlog just totally got shot because I couldn't really do anything. In addition to that, we've had crazy storming. Y'all probably know this. I just went out to do some assessing, and unfortunately there is a ton of water damage in the base of the dragon. It's not even safe for me to uncover right now. It is March 25th and it's gonna rain again next week. Yeah, so this has definitely slowed things way down, along with the fall and along with the craziness of my life. But I am on spring break from my job. I still have classes that I'm taking, but I am on spring break from my job. So I'm hoping that this week I can bust out a decent amount of things. I was assessing what needed to be done here today. I have to sand the head, finish the sanding, and then I have to put another coat of the mica and grain. I have to set the eyes in with the fabric on the inside, and I think I have to do one side at a time. I decided the holy fabric can wait because it's only going on with clear, and my main concern was that when the eye socket goes in, I don't want to be dripping colored resin over the eye socket by accident and mess up the color that's going on in the eyes. So that was why I put the green on, so that I could secure the eyes without having any of that mess. I was looking at the model and thinking, you know, is there something I can do with the parts here? Because now I'm at this point where this backing of this head is going on with the horns, and I was wondering if there was a way for me to like secure the rings first, that ring up through here. But this piece is solid, and I have no way other than going back to this whole bracketing system to try and figure out how this is going to pull together, because there's going to be some flex, and I don't want to like put this ring together, freeze it in place with the epoxy, only to find out that my angles were off. So I'm kind of stuck in a dilemma. I could sort of assemble the rings loosely so that they're ready to go, like I did having these rings all speed up here, but I can't actually epoxy them together until I have this head freed up to do the attachment. Maybe what I will do as I'm killing time is to just go ahead, get them rigged up loosely and set them aside, because that's still going to take me some time drilling holes and sanding them down. That's where I'm at right now. As rain is due on the horizon next week, I cannot pull apart the dragon body and start putting fabric on the inside. That would be the next step for the dragon body piece, now that I have the wax thing to go ahead and like wax that stuff in place. But I am in fear of doing that. I'm like, don't even want to look at the disaster of what's going on with the water damage. And it's gonna rain again, and I don't know when it's gonna stop. So this is where it's at on this lovely March 25th. Well, that most certainly took an age longer than I anticipated. I definitely got a little perfectionist on it and probably sanded more than I should have or needed to. And I plowed through some bare spots, but that was because there were a little bit of a fragile area where fabric and the resin didn't quite grab to the wood. I was debating whether or not I wanted to go over this with another coat of black, but I don't want to do that. But it'll be okay because the holy fabric's going to come through. At least I hope so. Famous last words as freaking usual, right? Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and get on a coat of the green epoxy mica mix. I'm really hoping that one coat will do it because I have blown through a ton of epoxy for this thing, and yeah, I really don't want to buy any more if I don't have to. So yeah, I'm gonna get on with doing that. Unfortunately, since I over sanded, there were some white spots, so I just hit it with a little bit of that black dye I had that I was using to test on the inside. I'm waiting for it to dry, but fortunately I've got some awesome sun. It is only 65, but this is in the extreme sun, so I'm hoping that it'll dry fast enough for me to go after those black spots again with some more of the mica, because I don't want to be set behind a day just because I'm waiting for that black spot to cure. In the meantime, I am going to eat some lunch and think about what the heck is next while I'm waiting for that to dry. As I've been having to think about what the next step is, I've realized that this place is a giant mess because I haven't been out here in quite some time. So it's becoming cumbersome to move the dragon head in and out with these two tables here. I think it's time to do a bit of rearranging of this shop. As soon as I put on one more layer, it's gonna just be too much for me to even pick up. I already had a struggle with trying to pick it up. I've lost a lot of strength. My physical strength kind of went downhill between the fall and like the lack of movement from trying to heal over all of these injuries. This is not to say that, you know, it's still freaking heavy, and picking it up, it was cumbersome trying to get it out of this tiny little space in between here. So I think what I want to do is maybe try and flip around these tables, but in order to do that, I've got to clean up this place. But I am not going to do any of that on camera. Y'all don't need to watch me clean. So for today, I'm going to call it here, and I am hoping tomorrow I will be done cleaning, because y'all know how things get carried away around here. Alright y'all, it is Thursday, March 30th, and I did quite a bit of rearranging and cleaning just to get this space more workable. I think that it was just absolutely necessary at the point that I was hitting, particularly because we've had more freaking rain. I love rain, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love rain. I love looking at it, I love playing in it. I don't like casting resin in it. I don't like pouring resin and epoxy in it. I'm gonna just do a recap of where I left off, because I went off camera on Saturday and then spent half the day on Sunday cleaning, and a lot of the dragon bits up to this part has been really fiddly, so I'm gonna walk you through all the changes. And aside from it being fiddly, it all happened inside the head where I could barely get in there and see what the heck was going on. There's no way I was going to fit a camera in. I've got the eyes secure, and I got the nostrils all secure. Each eye took multiple goes, and one of the eyes is still not watertight. I have to make sure that it is, so I'm going to be doing that today. And I started applying the nostril, piping that needed to get put in. Each stage of the way was like multiple parts needed to wait to be dried. This black tubing was like super unruly and twisted, and it's really thick, so I had to, unfortunately, really didn't want to do this, but I had to drill through the neck and put in some temporary zip ties to pull the tube, hold it taut, while I put in some fiberglass strips. I only put in one set, so I do need to reinforce it. I don't feel like one's going to be enough. Now I got holes that I have to fill that disrupted my surface. The other thing was, I made the mistake on Sunday of going back over the spots that I had sanded through and touched up with the black paint. It was late in the day, and I did not have enough time to catch the resin from dripping, which was a huge mistake. So I have drips now in areas that I had spent all that time sanding out. Fortunately, the drips kind of hide better than what the fold lines were. So for the most part, I think I should be able to just take a light sand to the high points of like the top little peaks of these, and then when I go over everything with the clear, it should be fine. I have one more nostril to affix. I purchased some puck lights. The puck lights need to get secured over the eyes because that's the next move. I think what I want to do is insert a wooden some piece of wood that's going to sit on the inside over. It's probably going to have to again get screwed through, and have some screw holes that's holding that on temporarily while the fiberglass holds the bracket, you know, while it dries. And this is, again, gonna have to be done one eyeball at a time. Hopefully, within today and tomorrow, I can have all the internal parts of this head completely secured so that it's ready to go for the back ring of the horns. All right, I do the best I can to get you in here to see what's going on. So there's the two eyes that are fixed up through the middle there. That's the pipe that the fog's going to be coming out of. And then this is the line that you can see down here. I had to put in fiberglass strips, and I only put in one, so it's not enough. And then down here is a second place where I put it on. I think I want to try and run it from down here all the way up to the top of there, because right at the top of that, it tips up. And then here's where the eyeball is set, so I think I'm going to put a bracket over here, a piece of wood that have loops over. It gives me somewhere to position the puck light that drops just over the eye. This eye is the one that has a little bit of some light spaces in between here. So I need to go in and get some more fabric in there. It was easier to plop this on, wait for it to harden, shift it over, and look at the actual eye from the outside. So let me actually show you what I mean. So I could look in through this eye, through inside of here, try and find any space where light's coming through. This is the good eye, so this one you're not going to see it, but I definitely saw some floating on the other eye that will need to be addressed as well. That's where I am right now. I will try and get some footage of maybe like me working out the puck lights and whatever I can of putting together that ring, but other than that, I probably will not be able to film me inside the head. Alright y'all, we are here on Friday. I was able to get the light fixture secured over the one eye. I had to have Sarah help me because I couldn't hold the two, so she held one side. And then we just mounted the second side today, which I need to still put in the fiberglass. It's early morning. But I wanted to rig this up and show you the light actually working. Here's the light. Oh, Dragon Eye. I'm excited. She looks good. I'm going to go ahead and work on getting that fiberglass secured, and I do feel like a migraine coming, but hopefully if I can keep it at bay, then I can at least assemble the next ring that's going to go here for the horns. Y'all, I got the horns all put together here and waiting to be attached. This is still very tacky. There's some crazy jackhammering going on out there. I have no idea what's going on out on the street, but I'm gonna call this vlog here. So please like, share, and subscribe if you have not done so already. Stick around to watch this project all unfold, and remember, don't wake the dragon.